Hi, welcome Zach Prince. If you didn't know already, I'm part of a kickboxing club called AJ's Kickboxing Academy. In kickboxing, we all have kit bags, but they don't have our names on, so we don't know whose is whose. So I have made key rings to go on our bags with the logo and a name on it. I am filming this video to show you how to make your own keychain. Let's get started, shall we? To start with, I visit Makerlab on the Makerworld website. Here, there is a great selection of cool things you can make, and I definitely recommend visiting to see what you can create. I saw things like making your own statue from a photograph, creating little frames, desk organisers, and even vases. For this video, I am going to use the image to keychain option. From here, I am going to use the Create from Blank button. On the left, you can see some pre-made examples, but we are going to use the Browse Files option and import our own image. I have already found and downloaded the AJ logo from their website, which will be used for this project. The first thing I noticed is it has already resized the image. I am then going to change the shape of the background. I wanted a circle for this keychain, and I'm also going to remove the background as I only want the text. To do this, I will click the Keep Background button, and you can see the background being removed. I'm going to select a 1mm image thickness which will stand out on top of my keychain, and then I'll click Confirm. On the next page, the program will try to find all the colours in your image, and if you have an AMS, it will assign them to a slot at the bottom of the page. For now, I will leave it on full colour, and I will show you how to make a no AMS version later in the video. Now I've clicked Confirm, I can see our logo on this new page. Over on the right, I have all the different colours which will match up with an AMS slot if you have one. If I click this button here, we can see our image in a 3D space, so I can see what will be printed. For now, this text will be free floating, so what I want to do is go back to the editing page and select a background. I click the Plate and Thickness button on the right and select a new plate. I'm going to select a simple shape option. Here, I can change the thickness and the size. Again, I'm going to make this a circle to match the logo shape. As you can see, it defaults to black, which makes the logo hard to see. So I will change the colour to one which I can see better. I'm going to select red as that is the colour of AJ's logo, but you can pick any colour you like. I will change the thickness of the black plate to 3mm. This will be a total of 4mm, including the 1mm logo. Going back to the 3D view, I can now see that the keychain has a good base and the text and logo are now sat on top. Coming back to the plate and thickness option, there is a toggle for attachments. Ticking this box, I can add a hook, a bookmark, or a hole. The hole option just punches a hole straight through the keyring and you can resize it easily. The bookmark option means that you can use this as a bookmark in your favourite book. But for today, I'm going to use the hook option. This can be moved and resized with just a couple of clicks and will be the same thickness as the back plate. Going back to the 3D view, I can now see the completed design. I select the download option in the top right and make sure to pick the correct nozzle size at the bottom. 0.4mm is fine for rough test prints, but if you're going to make a smaller keychain with smaller details, I suggest using the 0.2mm nozzle size. Once I've selected this, I click Download as 3MF. The website will then ask you if you need to buy some keyrings, but I already have some. Now that I have that downloaded, I am going to go into Bambu Studio and click the Open Project button. Here, I will select the download file and this will import it to Bambu Studio. Now I can see our keychain. At the top of the build plate is what is called the purge tower. This is where the printer purges between filaments for colour changes if you have an AMS. On the left, I can see the AMS slots with the colours assigned. One of the most important things to remember is to select your printer profile. On the top left is a drop-down box, and here you can select your printer and the nozzle size you have inside of your printer. You must make sure you select the right one or else it may not print correctly. The plate type option lets you pick what type of bed you have on your printer. I have a smooth PEI plate on my printer, so I will select that. On the virtual build plate, I can see our keyring. If I click on our keyring, the toolbar at the top lights up. And on this toolbar, I have options like move, scale, and flip. I am going to use the scale option to make the keyring smaller. I click here and I can see our keyring size in millimeters. Underneath is a tick box for uniform scale, which will resize all axes at once. I leave this box ticked and we will now make our keyring 6 centimeters wide by typing 60 millimeters. When I press enter, the keyring will be scaled on all axes, and if you notice, it is now 2 millimeters thick. I will uncheck the uniform scale option and change the thickness back to 4 millimeters. By using the mouse wheel and left mouse button, I am able to look around the design and check that everything looks good. I am now going to start personalising my keyring. On the left, I have the Objects button. This separates every part of the print automatically into different objects. You can see as I click on each object, it selects a different part of my keyring. First, I will show you how to reduce the amount of colours your AMS will use. On the left, under the Objects button, I can select all the different shades of grey to use only one colour in the AMS. To do this, I will select the first one, scroll down to the end, hold the Shift key and click the last one. This has selected all the grey parts and now I will right click. This will bring up a menu where I can pick what colour slot to use on the AMS. I go to Select Set Filament for selected items and then click the slot number with the correct colour. You can also use the numbers on your keyboard to quickly select the AMS slot. For example, on this one, I will press the number 3 to select slot 3. As you can see at the top, the purge tower has now changed to only 3 colours. On this keyring, I am going to personalise it with people's names, so I'm actually going to remove all of the grey text. Again, I select the first grey object, scroll to the bottom, hold the shift key, click on the last one, and then I right click and select delete. This will remove all my grey text from the keyring. As you can see, I am left with a couple of black objects, which were automatically imported from the image at the start. I will remove these one by one using the same right click and delete option, just to make sure you are selecting the right objects before you delete them by looking at the keyring on the right. Now I've cleaned it up, I can add my name. Click on the keyring itself and click the text option at the top of the toolbar. In here, I can pick our font, I can change the size, the thickness, and a lot of other options. For my keyring, I am going to use the Dubai font. I want it to be 1mm thick so it matches the thickness of the logo, and then I will type my name in the text box. When I scroll my mouse across the keyring, you can see my name appear, but it is very big, so I need to resize it. You can pick whatever size fits on your keyring best. Mine is a size 10. Now, when I move my mouse over the keyring, you can see my name fits much better. When I have the right place, I just click to place the text. I can move the text using the little yellow box or move option on the toolbar at the top if needed. The text is currently red, but I would like it to be black like the logo. Again, on the left hand side, in the object section, I click the text shape and then change the colour by right clicking and selecting the change filament option and selecting black. Once I'm happy with the design, I can click the slice plate button in the top right and this will slice the keychain design ready for printing. Here you will see the 2 colours it will use and the total time for printing. If, like me, you don't have an AMS, I will now show you a trick. It is how to insert a pause into your print, which means we can manually change the colour while it is printing our keyring. On the right is the layer slider. When I drag this up and down, I can see what the printer is going to print on each layer. I need to find the first layer of our keyring, which is going to be printed in black. I can then right click and press add pause. This will put a pause on my print, but keep the bed hot so the keyring stays stuck to the bed. If I now go back to the prepare section of Bambu Studio, we can select all of our black objects, including the text inside the objects menu. I can right click, go to set filament and select slot 1. Now everything is red. As everything is one colour, the printer doesn't need to change colours and the purge tower has now gone. I can click slice plate again and this time it will be sliced all in one colour, but it will still have our pause on the layer slider. This means that at this set layer, the printer will pause and beep to let us know. I am then able to use the unload and load function on my Bambu Lab A1 Mini to swap the filament from red to black. This is a really good way of doing colour changes if you do not have an AMS, just like me. Now I am ready to print. Select the Print Plates button in the top right and select any options you want at the bottom, like bed leveling or time lapse. Press send once you're ready to print. Here is a video of my printer printing the keyrings. Here are the finished results. They came out great. They are nice and strong, and my friends at Kickboxing want me to print even more. I hope you found this quick tutorial helpful, and if you did, can you please like and subscribe to help my channel grow even bigger. Thank you. Bye.